This Euro 2024 More Picks edition of the Euro 2024 Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. You can win up to 325 times your entry with a new Pick 8. Sign up with our code PLGP to claim your special pick and first-time deposit offer up to $250 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code PLGP. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Get the best data-driven props and picks from Rhythm. Claim your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. Welcome, everybody, to the Euro 2024 Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. My name is Malcolm Bamford, coming to you from Newcastle upon Tyne in the northeast of England. Today is Thursday, the 20th of June. We are here to pick over the bones of the last few days of action and get stuck into the games from Friday, the 21st, right the way through to Monday. I hope that's as far as we've gone. Monday, the 24th of June. Joining me is Mr. Barry Penaluna. Hello, Barry. How are you?
I'm all right. Thank you very much.
Are you? Good.
No, it's too late. I should be in bed and I'm grumpy.
Well, me and Dylan just finished the baseball show 10 minutes ago, and we were both in terrible moods with each other. Well, in fact, we were in terrible moods separately, and then we came together to share our bad mood. I finished the show with him, clocked on here with you, and you were just sitting there waiting for me with a face of abject fury. You're right, Baz. It is too late. I've done too many things today. I've got a horrible day driving and shit tomorrow. Supposed to be having a weekend away. That's all gone tits up. Just as we started this, in some sort of like omen, the wall chart just fell off the door. Literally, as I finished reading the adverts, the wall chart just fell off as if to say, I've fucking had enough of you as well. So there you go. Thanks everyone for stopping up late though, particularly you, Baz. I've noticed you've gone through into the luxury section of Penaluna Towers there. What's that made of? Just because everyone will be asleep.
Yeah, basically, if I'm shouting on in the kitchen, Helen does a nut because she can hear it upstairs. Bedroom is above the kitchen, so I'll move into the lounge and it doesn't bother anyone.
Well, we've been a bit pushed for time because I went out to watch England, so normally that's me sitting working time is that sort of tea time, 5 o'clock kind of area. But went out to watch England, went down to Northern Rugby Club, took the Bairns. It was so shit. The Bairns, after about 8 minutes, realised that it was going to be terrible. So they all went outside to run around in the woods. And they're like 4 or 5 dads just sat around, just ended up talking amongst ourselves. It was absolutely dog shit. The two worst games of the tournament by a mile are the two that have featured England. Like, not even close. The rest of the stuff since we last spoke, Baz, has been really, really good and enjoyable again.
Yeah, I said the same thing to someone this afternoon. I said, I've really enjoyed the tournament. I found it quite entertaining. Even games that you don't think, a couple of ones where I've sort of slated them for unders and things like that, and they've been full of goals. And then you tune into England and it just sucks the life out of you. It's just absolutely draining. It's baffling how someone can have that squad available to them and have them playing so poorly. It's actually quite a challenge to do that.
Yeah, I said that to Bob tonight. I said that for them to be playing like that, the manager has to be doing that. Because what the difference, I said, like, it's a hypothetical, what would the difference be if he just said, right, U11 is starting, just crack on? Like, what would they do differently? Or would it look different if he just let them play, like, with literally zero instructions, like, crack on? Because he must be doing that. Because you've got, like we said, a terrifyingly good front 7 or front 6. And, like, he has to be actively handcuffing them. Tonight was dog shit. And then we started calling the substitutions Conor Gallagher in front of Cole Palmer. We've taken the piss out of Conor Gallagher all year. He's absolute dog shit, isn't he? Cole Palmer's sitting there. He got a close-up at the end. He's sitting there, face like thunder. Anthony Gordon's face was tripping him. And Conor Gallagher followed by Jared Bowen. When you've got Cole Palmer and Anthony Gordon, I don't know. It's just all a little bit weird.
Strange. It's very strange that Gordon and Palmer haven't had a look in yet. And to be fair, all the focus is on a lot of the focus is on that front three, isn't it? Foden isn't working. I don't think Saka's been great. But to be honest, I was okay with the changes. I thought Eze coming on and Watkins, going fine. It needed refreshing. But the problem was behind them because the centre backs couldn't link up with the midfield, and the midfield couldn't link up with the striker. There was nobody could string a few passes together. I thought, Trent is the one obviously that gets hooked, but I thought Rice was very poor today as well.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. I don't get the Trent thing. I think that'll probably be the end of that. I couldn't believe I heard Southgate tonight saying we haven't got it's an experiment because we don't have a natural replacement for Calvin Phillips. I'm like, are you kidding me? We're experimenting now because with Calvin Phillips, who hasn't played a game of football barely in the last 12 months. But you've got Wharton. If
you haven't got him, then play a different shape. Play a shape that doesn't fucking need him. Play a 4-1-4-1.
They've locked themselves into this formation, and he's never going to deviate from it. I don't get it. And if he wants to play that, then fair enough. But just play Manu or Wharton alongside Rice, if that's what you want to do. I don't know. It's just bizarre. I really don't get it.
No. Luckily, Baz, we don't give a shit, really. I just would have preferred it was a bit more fun to watch. That's all I was bothered about. So there you go. Slick Rick was first in the chat. Rick, how you doing? Lee, all right. Andy Williams, that's the football coach, Baz. Steady on. Pete's Picks is here. Lloydo, is that Harry Maguire? Lloydo in your avatar. That's a disgrace. Serial's joined us as well. Evening. How we all doing? So picks-wise, I dragged myself out the hole a little bit, stuck my head up for a couple of days, stopped the rot, had a little run together. So yeah, and then it's kind of been win one, lose one since then. Didn't have a good day today, but I thought I was kind of on the wrong side of it, the right side of a couple. I got England wrong. I thought they'd be good. I was wrong. Overs in both the other games, Slovenia, which missed against Serbia, but that was an overs game. I don't know how it took so long for them to get 2 goals. And then Spain get that early goal. They missed 2 sitters. Fucking hell. The 2 headers. And then Italy have to come out. And then, even then, I thought Spain could have done it enough by themselves. So I think that the system was right, but didn't carry much luck. But yeah, I've stopped that horrible run. Had a couple of nice little winners. I think, Baz, it's the jinx of the YouTube short. That's my problem. If I leave the YouTube, no problem. I'd done a lovely YouTube short today. I was picking out a Japanese maple. Did you notice? Having a lovely time. Spoiled it by throwing some picks in. If I'd stuck to the gardening and then just picks on the side, it would have been all right. But have you been getting on?
I'm 100% on YouTube Shorts because I've only put one out, and I gave a 5-2 winning double the other day.
Well, will you do one tomorrow then?
I'll try. Yeah. Bit of a mixed bag, really. I got one right today. I had Slovenia on the double chance, and I put them up as my underdog. Really unlucky that they didn't hit at 4-1 as the underdog as well. But like you, I took England to score 2 goals, so they get one in the first half, and you think surely we'll be all right here. By half time, you're thinking, we might not be all right here. And like you, I had the overs in the Spain game, and how Spain didn't get more goals, I do not know. 1-0 scoreline doesn't do it justice, really. Tons of chances. Donnarumma's had to play out of his skin. But yeah, a bit of a mixed bag for me. Win some, lose some. Had a good day. I think Tuesday. Average yesterday. I'm going to smash this next round of games, though.
Yeah, me too. I've got all of these right, I think. I'll tell you what I enjoyed most tonight. Jose Perez. He was brilliant when he come on. Wasn't he? I mean, what was all that about? And what made it worse was I could just imagine Terza sitting in his house stewing furiously about Jose Perez, because Jose Perez was the Miguel Almiron of a few years ago. But I really enjoyed. He was always easy to root for and one of my favourite players. Admittedly, because all the rest of the players were shit. He might not be one of my favourite players right now, but yeah, I was really pleased with him. So there you go. Lee reckons he's had a few winners. He's showing off in the chat, isn't he? No one likes to show off, Lee. Shut up. Right, we'll move on to the next lot of winners that Mal and Baz have definitely picked. I'll tell you first about the college football experience. Noah, my mate from the baseball show, he's really good at his college stuff. The countdown to college football season is on. SGP has got you covered. They're doing individual team previews for every college football team. I think it's something like 166 individual college football team previews they do. They're absolute madmen. Plus, you've got the SGPN's 5-minute fantasy football. It's your quick and dirty podcast for getting you prepped for all things fantasy. Early kickoff tomorrow, Baz, 2 o'clock. So let's handicap this one. Quick snap. Slovakia take on Ukraine. Slovakia are 27-10 plus 270. Ukraine are 11-10 plus 110. The draw is 23-10 plus 230. So Slovakia come off the 1-0 against Belgium. Very good. Rode their luck a little bit, but no wrong with that, particularly if you get in front. Ukraine's form coming into this wasn't great, Baz. We said they sort of came through the qualifiers. It finished third in that group. And this is the level of this kind of tier is where they are, this level of team. Slovakia, Ukraine, Poland, just having a look around the Czech Republic, Romania. That's the tier that they're in. I don't think they're any better than them at all. And they got roundly humped 3-0 by Romania in a game that was in the balance. I think the first goal was crucial. Ukraine keeper threw a couple in, and that was the end of that. All three results are on the table here, but especially in tournament play, we've seen teams fall apart. And I think the prices are wrong. Like I say, all three options are on the table. Therefore, I think all three options should be a similar price, but they're not. Slovakia are a much bigger price than Ukraine, and I think you have to back them. I'll take Slovakia 27-10 plus 270 back.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. Slovakia, I thought, were very good value for the win over Belgium. Yes, Belgium missed a few chances, had a couple disallowed. But at the other end, Slovakia created 10 chances, had 4 on target. I think that's something like 7 corners or something. And I don't see why they won't cause problems for this Ukraine side here. I faded Ukraine in the group betting. I've taken Ukraine not to qualify. I faded them in the first game against Romania. And I don't want them here either. I don't agree that they're favourites in this one at all. But it is a big game for Ukraine now after the defeat. I do expect maybe a bit more from them. I think you're right. In the Romania game, first goal was probably crucial. But Slovakia have only failed to score once in the last 10 games. I think Slovakia, I'll definitely get on the score sheet here, but I think both teams to score is the way to go for me. I think Ukraine will produce something. They have to try and produce something, lose this one, and I think they're toast. So the pick for me will be both teams to score. Slovakia v Ukraine, both to score at 5-6, minus 120.
Okay, nice. Baz? Tea time tomorrow, the 5 o'clock game is Poland against Austria. Poland are... Poland have been backed here. There's line movement alert, Baz. We haven't had one of them for a while. Poland were 29-10 plus 290. And now, 12-5 plus 240. So they're in half a point, Poland. What's going on here? The draw is the same price, 12-5 plus 240. And Austria were 19-20, have drifted to 15-13 plus 115. So considerable line movement. I don't know what's happened there. Is there an Austrian fella injured or what? No idea, Baz.
No, I have no idea either, but it doesn't bother me because I'm not going into that market. Anyway, 2 teams coming in off the back of tight defeats to stronger opposition, 2 teams who possibly won't expect much from their final group games. So I think it really is all on this one for Poland v Austria. I think, they need a win, with them both having tough games to finish off with. And I've sort of took a similar approach to the one you tried on the Slovenia-Serbia game, and you were a little bit unlucky not to get the over 2.5, I think, today in that one. Yeah. But same theory, both teams have to attack the game the third game doesn't look good for either of these teams. So I'm going to take the overs. Poland v Austria over 2.5 at 10-11 -110.
Slick Ricks reckons Lewandowski might be confirmed as fit, which would explain. I'm not sure about half a point. I mean, Poland did okay, didn't they, against the Dutch? They got in front, which was the key. They got in front against the run of play, and when a shit team gets in front, then they can make it difficult. And they did lose that game very late. But visually, I wasn't very impressed with them particularly. I didn't like them coming in. I didn't think they do much. Austria lost the key moments against France. We were sitting watching it when we recorded, actually, last Thursday night, wasn't it? Or Sunday night, maybe, which was they missed a glorious chance at 0-0 when I made a sex noise. And then 2 minutes later, the bloke scores an OG. And they were the key moments. You're 1-0 up, you're 1-0 down. And on the balance of the form, I prefer Austria, Baz. So I picked them at that 19-20 price, but 15-13. The presence of Lewandowski doesn't bother me much. Austria definitely got a goal or two in them. So yeah, I'm going to take Austria outright here. 15-13 plus 115. I'm going to tell you about Underdog Fantasy. Cracking on. The NBA's finished, but the WNBA's finished. In fact, there's even loads of Euro 2024 stuff over on Underdog. You can pick 8 players now in your lineup. Underdog automatically double flex your entries, so you can miss up to 2 of them and still win. You can win up to 325 times your original amount. Specials and boosts on all flex entries, so loads of good stuff over there. Use our promo code PLGP to claim your special pick and first-time deposit offer up to $250 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code PLGP. Coisty's in the chat. Scotland got a point. So he's worse than those Man United fans who stick their heads in when Man United beat Newcastle. Coisty's shamelessly. We'll get on to Scotland in a little bit, so I don't want to spoil it.
Did they not win that one, Malcolm? I thought Scotland had won yesterday. I thought they got an extra goal for singing the national anthem really loud. Is that not how it works?
Nah. But I thought they were all right. In fact, I was kind of cheering them on a little bit near the end. But we'll get to Scotland. Your turn will come, Coisty. So, where are we? Netherlands against France. That's 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Netherlands are, you see, line movement here again. This must be Kylian Mbappe's mask. So we've had Lewandowski move the lines. Mbappe has moved the lines here. Netherlands are now 13-5 plus 260. The draw's 9-4 plus 225. And France are 15-13 plus 115. So France are nicked in a 10th of a point here. We saw Mbappe training. He had his tricolor mask on in training, but he's not allowed to wear that, Baz. I don't know why. He has to wear a plain one. So he's not allowed to wear his fancy one. And yeah, the first thing, I handicapped these yesterday because I've been busy as snakes. I didn't have time today. And my first 3 words are the key is Mbappe ? And the prices reflect that. I think the Dutch huffed and puffed against Poland, game we just talked about. And France weren't great against Austria, but they did control much of the game. And they were very solid at the back. I thought the Netherlands were dodgy in lots of parts. Van Dijk looked particularly ropey at the back. Ball over the top. Looked like it had Van Dijk worried at various times. Even without Mbappe, I had France down here. I think they're just too good. With Mbappe, they're a better team, Baz, quite considerably. I'm not really impressed with the Dutch. France are a good price here, 5-4, or now 15-13, plus 115. I'll take France outright, Baz.
Yeah, shortest handicap on the whole card for me here, and Slick Ricks just pointed out exactly the same thing. France at plus money, just don't overthink it. Neither of the two particularly impressed in their first games, but they did come away with 3 points. But France are just the better side. They beat Netherlands twice in the 2 meetings in qualifying, and you're getting them here at 6-5. I was saying 6-5 when I looked this afternoon. Same pick, Malcolm. France to beat Netherlands at 6-5 for me.
1-1 of the week for cereal. We could have done with that today. There was loads of those kicking around, the old 1-1s. We move on to Saturday, where the first game is 2 o'clock kickoff, Georgia taking on the Czech Republic. Baz, we're going with Georgia are 4-1. Czech Republic 27-10. Plus 270. Sorry, that's the draw. The draw is 27-10. The Czechs are 13-18, minus 138. Baz. Czech. That's a short price, I reckon.
Yeah, I mean, I took Turkey team total the other day was my pick against Georgia. We both faded Georgia in our group picks. We both took them to score under 2.5 goals in the group, and it started to look a bit ropey in that Turkey game because Georgia were really fun. It was probably one of the most exciting games of the tournament so far was the Georgia v Turkey game. And the 3-1 scoreline makes it look comfortable for Turkey. It wasn't. Obviously, late empty net goal took it to 3-1. But yeah, really, really good game, that one. Georgia created 15 chances, 4 shots on target, and had an XG of over 2 in that game. So yeah, a little bit of concern for our pre-tournament pick of Georgia under 2.5 goals. But you never know if it can be limited to 1 here. Portugal get a clean sheet against them. We'll cash that. Czech Republic were a little unlucky to lose late on v Portugal, but the goal did lead a bit of a charmed life at times. Portugal did have 19 shots on goal, 8 on target, and the Czech goal did only come from only their 1 shot on target from that game. I don't expect anything different from Georgia. I think you have to look at them a bit differently to how we were before the Turkey game. I think they'll be fun to watch again. I think they'll have a proper go again, but they'll possibly be vulnerable at the back once again. I want to keep Georgia on my side here after what we saw the other day. 8-11 Czech Republic doesn't appeal. I think it's far too short for me. So it's goals. I'm going to take the over 2.5. Both of these teams played in a over 2.5 game earlier in the week. And I just see the Georgia approach being very similar to that Turkey game and it being quite an open game as a result. So the pick for me, Georgia v Czech Republic, is over 2.5 goals at 10-11.
Georgia made me laugh the other day. I mean, we've done like 3 preview shows where I must have spent a solid 45 minutes repeatedly saying they didn't have the capability nor the attitude to want to go and score goals. And then they rolled out like fucking Brazil 70. They were just unbelievable. Like, talk about, I mean, I've got some stuff right, I got some stuff wrong, but that absolutely. But I watched both of those qualifiers against Greece and they were absolute shite. But they were brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I felt for them. So, and the big part is their attitude in this format. Now, they know 1 win is good. That's why I think you're getting games like that. Teams just know, fuck it, we need 1 win. And we got a couple of attempts to do it. Georgia had an attempt against, Turkey. Who did they lose to? Turkey. And then they've got another one here where they think they can go and win the game. So they'll both just go for it. Czechs played okay against Portugal. They're eventually beaten. But I think this is a game where I'm definitely going to pivot away from that handicap of the low scoring and the dogmatic approach. Michael joined us in the chat. How you doing, mate? He wants both teams to score no, but I'm the opposite. I agree with you, Baz. And my pick's the same. Over 2.5 goals at 9-10, minus 111. You've got to know when to hold and give and do it at the right time. And this is what we're going to do, Baz. 5 o'clock on Saturday is Turkey against Portugal. Turkey are 9-2 plus 450. The draw is Burlington Birdie 130 plus 333. Portugal 4-7 minus 175. Turkey got the 3-1 win against Georgia. Game could have been absolutely anything. Yeah, loads of fun. They played well. The kid from Madrid was good. Gula, great goal. They were very good going forward and vulnerable at the back. The couple of options here in terms of game script, Baz, is will they be a little bit cagey now, knowing that 1 more point is good enough for them to get through? They've got 3 points in the bag. That 3 points might even be good enough, but they could try and mangle in a little. Or will they just play how they played last time? And seeing how they played, seeing how the Oppo played, seeing how the majority of the teams, apart from England, have played. I don't think they will. I think they're just going to go for it. Portugal started to deceive a little bit. I think they were ultimately a little bit lucky, but they did create stuff going forward. Both teams to score again, Baz. 4-5, minus 125.
Yeah, I think it's another way. I want to factor the underdog in. Turkey looked good the other day, albeit against Georgia, who were the minnows of the tournament. But they've got the attacking talent to cause problems for teams. And much like I said about Portugal in the first game, I think defensively Portugal had been leaking goals in the build-up to the tournament. Only one clean sheet in the last 6 games now. So I didn't really want Portugal in the handicap here because I think Turkey can get on the score sheet. In the first game for Portugal, for the exact same reasons, I thought Czech Republic would get a goal at least. And I thought the overs was the best way to go. Don't mind both teams to score at the same price, but I'm on the over 2.5 goals at 4-5. So Turkey v Portugal for me, over 2.5 goals at 4-5.
Andy thinks Portugal will win to 0. We're on the wrong side of that, Andy. I'm afraid we've got Turkey getting on the score sheet. If you keep your eyes on the chat, Serial's about it. Did you hear that noise? That was the wall chart officially. It was hanging on one bit of blue tack. That's the end of it now. It's gone. Serial's going to stick a load of Copa America winners in the chat in the next 5 minutes. So if you've got a pen and paper handy, everybody, write them down. Go on, Serial, but wait. Saturday night, 8 o'clock kickoff. Belgium take on Romania. Belgium 9-20, minus 222. The draw is 7-2 plus 350. Romania are 6-1, Baz.
Yeah, so what do you say about Belgium? Perennial underachievers. Underachieving once again. Shouldn't have come as any surprise. That defeat to Slovakia. And then, given how well Romania won in the end against Ukraine, it's hard to want to be on Belgium at 9-20. Was the price I was seeing. I think they're going to have to up their game. They were a little unlucky not to at least get a goal. And Lukaku in particular, he had 2 disallowed. He had 3 big chances missed. I think one of the disallowed goals was very harsh. My pick in the first game for Belgium was Lukaku to get on the score sheet. So maybe that's why it didn't happen for him. But I'm going back to the exact same pick. I don't want Belgium. They're too short. But I do think if Lukaku gets as many chances again in this one, he'll put one of them away. So I'm going to take Lukaku for a goal anytime again at evens.
That is savage amusement, that, Baz. Taking Lukaku, I mean, good luck. I'm not sure I'd have it in me. So, yeah, Belgium, we did say, Baz, were the group favourites, the short price group favourites. So we felt the most vulnerable. We were determined to leave them out of any parlays and stuff that we did. And we're right to do so. They were unlucky, but they were also a little bit profligate. Lukaku was a complete enigma. Romania beat a poor Ukraine team. They scored at good times. Obviously, the goalkeeping mistakes helped. The first goal. Things went their way, but they got the win. This, for me, was the hardest game on the slate because I don't want anything to do with Belgium. Can't really see Romania turning them over, though, either. So, when we can't make a pick, Baz, we cop out and we head to the corners. Woo! I haven't been in the corners for ages. Belgium beat Slovakia, 12 corners, Baz. Romania beat Ukraine, 12 corners, Baz. And in fact, Slovakia had 7. So Belgium gave up 7 corners against the run of play. And the Ukraine had 8 corners. So Romania gave up. So that's 15 corners that they gave up between them, Baz. The line's sitting at 9. Over 9 is 9-10, minus 111. So I've got 2 plays here. It's a teeny tiny little, it's the sort of ladder you need just to reach the marmalade. Over 9 is 9-10, minus 111. And over 11 corners, Baz, is 5-2, plus 250. I'm adding one little titchy step on. So yeah, we can get to 12 corners again, like both of those games did. We are into the corners market. I'll do some adverts here. Let's get that Yankee dollar, Baz. Rhythm. If you're betting on player props, which I reckon you all are, you need to download Rhythm. Rhythm is the go-to sports betting tool. that transforms complex data into actionable insight. So, right, lot of word salad, this advert. Empowering bettors with smarter, data-driven decisions. Unlike other platforms, Rhythm combines advanced predictive analytics with an intuitive user experience, making both betting easy and enjoyable. I'm not reading this. Rhythm's predictive models were born from the brains of MIT data scientists and quants with over 3 years of data that help you drive better AI-backed betting decisions. Claim your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. We just need game time to come back, Baz, to usurp that one as the wordiest advert we remember. That game time was a solid 25-minute read, wasn't it? Let's go on in the chat here. Lloydo's got a horse for us. I had a horse yesterday. Bloody hell. Lloydo's after timing now in the chat as well. That's got to be a $2 fine. Yeah, we've got the horse racing. I didn't get to see much of Ascot. Did the second race on... Was it the second race? Yesterday, I had the TriCast paid £83,000, Baz. So that would have... So I think it was 66 to 1. Sorry, 80 to 1 winner, 50 to 1, 50 to 1 in the 25 runner, 5 furlong handicap. Yeah, 83 grand. I had it for 50p, so that's all right. Sunday, and this is the time where we are into the conclusion of the groups. We've got Group A concluding on Sunday, so both games take place simultaneously. 8 o'clock kickoffs. Oh, that's a bit shit, isn't it? So there's only one game time on Sunday and Monday. What are we going to do with ourselves? We're going to have to talk to the family and that. Scotland, come on, Coisty, where your time has come. Scotland take on Hungary. It is a match on the books. 6-4 plus 150 each of 2, with the draw at 14-5 plus 280. So Scotland have 1 point. Hungary have got no points. Therefore, both have to win. Straightforward as that. The draw's no good to either team. They both looked capable of scoring goals. The other night, Scotland, I thought, played very well against Switzerland. In the last 20-25 minutes, I thought there was only going to be one winner, and it was going to be Scotland. Shot themselves in the foot with that goal. That was a great finish by Shaqiri. Fucking hell, it was brilliant. But what Matey at right back's doing, just playing him in. And I thought Hungary were a little bit unlucky against Germany. Germany were obviously the better team, but Hungary still showed flashes going forward. Neither team looked particularly good at the back, and this just screams goals for those two reasons. Neither team looked like they're capable of keeping a clean sheet, but both teams need to go forward. The over's short. Both teams to score is short. But I think if you want the over 2.5, Baz, I can't see this being 3-0 to either team. No one's going to win 3-0. Therefore, you've got to combine the both teams to score in the over 2.5. Someone's going to win this 2-1. I don't know who it is. But both teams to score and over 2.5 is 19-20 minus 105.
I know who it is.
Oh, Barry's got it.
I'll tell you who
You're
it is.
You're going to take Scotland here, aren't you?
I'm a shite. It'll be ridiculous. Yes. I mean, Scotland was slightly better yesterday. Slightly, very slightly. And as I say, they do sing the national anthem very well. So they get a tick in the box there.
Yeah, dead friendly.
But Hungary have underachieved against what we were expecting from them so far. But as you say, it's a win and you're in situations. It could be a good game. So I don't mind your approach of going for the goals. I mean, well done, Scotland. They're still in it, going into the third game, so they've got a chance. But I just can't be having them, Malcolm. They still haven't beaten anyone in almost a year that isn't called Gibraltar. That's not good enough in a situation where you need to win. There's just no doubt in my mind that Hungary are a better side than Scotland. They're ranked 12 places higher than them in the world rankings. And you're putting them up at the same prices. They're both pretty much bang on 6-4. I just think Hungary are the better side, and it's if you're going to give us the same price for these two teams, I'll take Hungary every time. Pick for me is Hungary to win at 6-4.
Okay. Yeah, I'll probably feel a bit foolish for factoring Scotland in because I factored them in and they got humped. And then I thought they were all right, you know. They were better. It seemed to be a bit of a change of attitude from Scotland, which was the worst thing about the other night. So at the same time as this game will be the game between Switzerland and Germany, where Switzerland are 15-4 plus 375. The draw is 11-4 plus 275. Germany are 7-10 minus 142. Baz, finish us off with a winner.
Finish us off. We've got 2 more games to go, haven't we?
Oh, hold on. Yeah, they're on the other page, Baz.
Yeah.
They're on that page.
I mean,
Finish off this page, Baz, with a winner.
Right, that's fine, yeah. So, yeah, Germany obviously qualified already, but I think they still need to avoid defeat to top the group. So still something at stake for them. Swiss should qualify as well now. 4 points from 2 games should be enough. So not a huge amount at stake, other than, as I say, Germany wanting to top the group. I'm just not sure I see Germany being a side that will necessarily make loads of changes. Being the home side, having the home crowds behind them, I think they'll still want to put on a performance. I think they'll still want to keep the momentum going, and I think they'll want to top the group. So I do quite like Germany at the prices here, 7-10. The Germans have looked good. They've been efficient going forward. Swiss will be happy with what they've done so far, but they have conceded in both games. This is the toughest game of the group for them, and I'm sticking with Germany here. I'm going to take Germany on the team total market. It's a short one, shortest one of the night for me, but Germany to score 2 or more goals at 8-11.
Well, Barry, as Nelson Mandela's chiropodist once said, there is no problem with defeat. For either team here, they're both through. You having that, Baz? Good joke. Solid gag. Yeah, Switzerland got 4 points, which is plenty. Germany got 6 points, which is plenty. So Germany won't want to lose because obviously they'll then finish second in the group. Switzerland did struggle a little bit, and they're just not quite top class. They're absolutely going to get knocked out in the round of 16. We should have just put 2 million quid on that, Baz, instead of pissing around with all those other bets, because that's 100% what's happening to Switzerland here. Will Germany? They'll make a couple of changes, but you're right. I've got no idea with this, but I think they might just carve this up, Baz, especially if you get to an hour or so. Because we saw that a little bit today. In fact, Switzerland quite happily just kind of wrapped in last night. There was a bit at the end where Akanji had the ball, just stood still for ages because he thought, yeah, well, this point's good enough. In Scotland, all Scotland wanted to do was to go into game day 3 with a chance. And we saw it a little bit with England today as well, where again, once you realise it's got away, just wrap in and carve it up for a point. And I can see that's happening. I think there's a little bit of value in the draw, Barry, at 11-4 plus 275. So, yeah, take a bit of a risk, and I can see them playing out a little bit of a manky 1-1 there. Right, there's 2 games left, Baz. Did you know that? I haven't. Yes, I have. I don't know what I was thinking. Where are we going then? Monday, Tuesday. Happy days. Monday night, 8 o'clock, is Albania versus Spain. Albania are 6-1. The draw is Burlington Birdie, 130 plus 333. Spain are 9-20 minus 222. The state of play in this group is that Spain have 6 points, Italy have 3, Croatia have 1, and Albania have 1. This is me in it. So, yeah, Albania Croatia was brilliant yesterday. Really good game. Albania got in front. Definitely should have scored a second goal. Looked like they were going to hang on. Then looked like they'd completely blobbed it, and then scored in the 96th minute, and it was all very exciting. But they deserved a point, and they've been fun to watch. They need a win here. They're going to have to go and beat Spain. Now, Spain have won the group now, and could rest a few. I thought they were light years ahead of Italy tonight, by the way. I thought Italy were absolutely dog shit. Like, Spain were comfortably 2 or 3 goals better than them. If Spain do change it round a little bit, I think we saw a little window tonight We talked about Jose Perez coming on. So any players that do come in, any squad players, will want to stake a claim as well. Spain have had 2 clean sheets, relatively comfortably. Actually thought Croatia pushed them much harder than Italy. We're going to come to that game in a minute. They were valued for more than 1-0 tonight. So that should have been a second handicap cover. And regardless of the changes, Albania are a step down as well from Croatia and Italy. Spain on the handicap, Baz, -1.5 goals, 6-5, +120.
Yeah, so I cashed my first winner from our group betting picks with Spain to win the group. Was my pick for this one, so they've wrapped it up already. Spain, as you say, they've won the group now. I would expect to see they might make a few changes. Albania still in the hunt after a late equaliser keeps them in it. They did create plenty of chances in that game, but I'm just not sure they can against whatever version of side this Spain team puts out. Spain look really strong, as you say. 1-0 scoreline really flattered Italy. Donnarumma's had to have an absolute blinder to keep the score down. Donnarumma made 8 saves tonight as well, by the way. Spain might make a few changes, but they'll still be strong enough to create chances against Albania. And it's the momentum thing. You want the momentum going into the group stages. I think they'll win as well. And I'm like you, I'm happy enough to take them on the handicap. I've got Spain on the handicap as well at 6-5. Spain -1.5 on the handicap.
Nice one. Baz, team ride, all aboard. 8 o'clock, Monday, Croatia take on Italy. Croatia are 11-5 +220. The draw is 11-5 +220. Italy 23-17 +135, Baz.
Yeah, so this one's got plenty riding on it. Croatia needing a win to guarantee qualification. Italy would be safe with a draw. Wasn't impressed with Italy at all tonight. I think I looked at the stats 80 minutes in, and I think it was something like 17 shots on goal for Spain, and Italy had just 1 at that point. They finished with 4 shots, only 1 on target, but a lot of that came in sort of desperation at the very end. Wasn't impressed with Italy at all. As I said before, it was only really Donnarumma that come out of it with any kind of credit. They gave up too many chances to Spain. Now, Croatia aren't as good as Spain, and the one thing that I would say in defence of Italy, that was their first defeat in 8 games. They haven't lost many games over the last couple of years, Italy, and they've not conceded more than a single goal in any of their last 8 games. As I say, fortunate not to have done so tonight, but defensively, Italy are still quite solid. I think this is going to be a tight one. Italy know that a draw is enough, so they'll try and keep it tight. And I just don't think Croatia are good enough to get multiple goals against this Italy side. So I think the unders is worth taking here. There's a few times I've taken unders in this tournament, not many, and I've failed every time. And every time I think I'm not taking another unders because this tournament looks a bit better than that. But this game just stood out to me as an unders type of game, particularly with Italy knowing a draw will do the job. My pick will be Croatia for Italy under 2.5 goals at 10-11.
I just tried to drag the cards market up because I think there could be about 27 in this game. They just kick shit out of each other, roll around the floor. This is going to be a right niggly, horrible game to watch. This is a really simple handicap for me, Baz. I watched both teams play against Spain and Albania, and mainly through the Spain form line, I thought Croatia acquitted themselves much better than Italy did. After half an hour of that Spain-Croatia game, Croatia had just got on top, and then one through ball through the middle, Morata slotted, and that was the end of it. And then even then, in the last 20 minutes, Croatia played a little bit more football. Italy were really, really poor tonight. Now, I don't know if that was just like the Italian thing, the old catenaccio, but I'm not sure they intended to play like that. I just think that's as good as they were. And if you look at the players, even Scamacca, he's not a top class level Champions League. He's all right, but he was a bit dog shit at West Ham, and he does all right for. Did he play for Atalanta? No. Who's he play for?
Fiorentina.
Bologna.
Fiorentina.
Who?
Fiorentina.
Yeah, right. So yeah, kind of second level. And that sums up Italy all over the park. I think at the very least, Barry, these prices should be closer together. Should be a match. It should be 6-4 each of two. Therefore, at the prices, I'm going to back Croatia. A draw's no good for them either, so there's going to be no fannying on. None of that. We just talked about Germany, Switzerland, maybe getting to an hour and carving it up. This isn't going to happen. Croatia absolutely will go for it. Then that's another point there. So yeah, I'll take Croatia, a bit of a price here, 11-5 plus 220. Now, Baz, I think that's the end of it. I did not pick any other stuff. Did you know? Barry's shaking his head. He didn't pick any other stuff. Barry wants to go to bed. Look, it's 1 minute to midnight and turn into a pumpkin. Baz, do you want to tell the people anything before we go?
I'm sure I did have something to tell the people, but I can't remember what it was now because I'm so tired. So no, nothing to report. It was probably just more moaning about England or something like that. But
yeah, fair enough.
We've done enough of that.
I'm having another weekend away, Baz. I'm off to Worcester tomorrow, although it's kind of got a little bit tits up. It's a bit of a football reunion back down at college. So apparently I'm supposed to be playing up front, but fucking guarantee on Saturday at 1 o'clock I'll be stood in goal when that game kicks off. But my lift cried off today. Anna cried off with a lift. And it looks like I'm going to have to drive. So that's put a bit of a dent in me weekend plans, just to lounge about in the car, then get pissed and sleep on the way back. But I'm going down with Dave Ferran, double coat, and Johnny Big Shades. So fun and games there.
I'm down in that there London this weekend.
What's down on?
In the Big Smoke.
No,
this is
more birthday shenanigans.
More birthday shenanigans, yeah. It's got theatre tickets and wine tasting. So yeah, full day down in London.
Very good. Well, I'll let you know how many goals I score. So we'll probably come back on Monday night, I reckon. We've handicapped all the way through. What day did we go up to then? Tuesday.
We've gone up to Monday, so we'll be out Monday at the latest, covering Tuesday onwards and finishing off, wrapping up the group stages.
Right, okay then. Let's let everyone go to bed. Thanks for joining us so late, everyone. It was a bit of a pain in the arse, but it was England's fault. Yeah, back on Monday night. Have a great weekend. Good luck with all your picks. Enjoy London, Baz. We will see you all down the road. Cheers.